Right, you lot, we're on a bit of a mission. For ages now, I've been saying that I'm going to find these magazines for this car. This is on for the other channel, but you're coming along with me now to try and find them. Probably do some other stuff as well. So, in this loft, it's been absolutely packed with all kind of stuff for ages. We're having a big sort out, and I haven't yet come across them. But I reckon they're probably over there. Now, we've got diggers. I've got a little torch here. Look. Got a digger there. Boxes. They're just empty boxes. There's nothing in them. There's a Savage 21 box. There's a Rush box down there. But I reckon the magazines are hiding in them two crates down there. Oh, look. There's a Mini. Hello, Mini. Shadow's in the way. Look at that. How cool is that? I love that. That's well cool. Little Mini. Oh, bloody hell. Let's get over it. Oh, look. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-ling. Oh. Got a head unit there. That'll come in handy with something. Hello, Doris. Oh. Handbag. I ain't got that one anymore. That's an old handbag of mine, that was. Alright. Aha! That's the one I'm after. That's the one. Yep. That's got them all in. Hopefully it's got them all in. Doris is happy. So I'm going to start that out. What's in this bloody fucking tin? What's in this other one? Whoops. There's a carpet over here. Oh, there's a DVD right down there. Blimey. O'Reilly. Blimey. O'Reilly. What's in here? Ah! I was in one of the magazines. I'll explain in a moment. Let's just get out of here a minute. Right. So, this is the box I've been looking for that whole time, and it was right over there in the corner. I couldn't even, well, I could see it obviously, but all this was completely full up and packed. All that was all packed. You couldn't get to any of it. And now, there we go. Look. So, this, we'll have a look at it properly. We'll get it downstairs and go in the garage and have a look properly. But this is all the magazines that I put together when I was about 10. Of how to build your own nitro car. And I've still got the car, so I'll show you the car in a minute. But there is going to be a proper full video just purely looking at these magazines and the car, because not only am I very proud of it, but it kind of got lost when I was a kid because I broke it and it went under my bed. And then when I moved out, I moved here, I brought it and stuck it in the shed in it, and I lost all the bits for it. But the magazines, well, some people have been telling me that there's the wrong parts on it. That's the wrong part, this is the wrong part, somebody's put the wrong part on it. And I've been saying, it ain't, because I built it, and the parts come directly from the Agostini, the magazines. No, 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 it's the wrong parts you've got on there. Well, it ain't. So, and I've been saying for ages that I'm going to find these magazines, and we'll go through them, and just reminisce. But also, I'll prove that they are the right parts. So, yeah, so look, every magazine is in here. Or hopefully every magazine is in here. I don't think I would have lost any. Look, number 53. Now, I don't think I would have lost any of them, because I was always, I know it might not seem like it, but I was always quite organised. Fox. Yeah, I did a bit of motocross when I was younger. What's this? Motorcycle or scooter maintenance manual. Huh, that might come in handy for something. yeah, I did a bit of motocross when I was younger, and I was really into motocross bikes. So, what's this? Service record warranty book. Huh. So there's going to be a lot of that kind of stuff hanging around. And that's something else I've got to show you in a minute. Sharp electronic organizer. Oh, I've got that in the garage. Blimey. It's an instruction book for it. From 1970 something or another. Right. The complete time up table. Huh. That's good, isn't it? Anyway. Yeah, look. All the folders with all the magazines in. And they're in good condition. Well, they seem to be. That should be every single one. Plus a few posters. Right, let's get them back in here. We'll get them down, get them in the garage, and we'll have a proper look through them. Now this is my... Oh, I love a magazine, I always have done. And I used to read Dirt Bike Rider magazine. I don't know if this is still even a thing. But back in the day, when I was a young kid, I loved Dirt Bike Rider magazine. And I used to get every single episode with my pocket money. Episode? It's not an episode, is it? What is it called? What's a magazine called? 2004 this one is. January 2004. It's not an episode, is it? What is it? Oh man, it's gone out of my head. Comment. What a series, what's a magazine called each month? It's not each episode, is it? That's a TV series. Gone out of my head completely. But I used to get everyone and go down the newsagents, the corner shop, every month and get the new whatever of Dirt Bike Rider magazine. And Trials and Motocross, that was another one as well. Wow. We're bringing back some memories now, you lot. 2005. Okay, 2005. £3.25. Now, I didn't realise it, but my mum and dad entered a competition for me to win a motocross bike. And I won it. I actually won it. And I didn't know. And I think they forgot all about it because I remember the day when the phone rang. The landline, did have mobile phones really. We didn't. The landline rang indoors. I think mum or dad answered. And they was on about this competition you won. And they were going, no, we haven't entered any competitions. And they were going, you have? You've won it. And I went, no, we haven't. And all of a sudden it clicked in their head. Oh, yeah, because you had to sign a bit of paper, put it in an envelope and post it off. They must have forgot. Anyway, we had to go to Colchester and pick it up. This motocross bike, it was a Husqvarna, it was a Husky. Now, from memory, I think I know which episode, or whatever you call a blooming magazine. I think I can remember what month and year it was. So I'm going to look for it, and if I can find myself, I'll show you. I was only a kid. We had to go to Colchester, or was it Chelmsford? I think it was Colchester, to the dealership and pick it up. But I loved it. But when I was a bit older as a teenager, and I'd moved out, I moved here, I needed a bit of money at one point. So, massively regrettably, I sold it. And I always said, I'm never ever going to sell this bike because I won it. I said, I'm never ever going to sell it. But it's sad, isn't it? Eh? It is really sad that what you have to do sometimes when you need a bit of dollar, you have to sell stuff. And it broke my heart having to sell it. It was too small for me because it was a little kid's bike. But the fact that I'd won it and it was a proper Husqvarna. And I was in one of these magazines when I went and collected it. They had a press thing there and they took pictographs and everything. Yeah, I had to sell it. I needed a bit of money to repair my car because I was only about 17 at this point. I was younger than that when I won it, but I was about 17, 18 and I needed money to repair my car and I had to sell that. But it was really upsetting for me, but you know, these things happen and it's just part of life. But anyway, I'm going to get all these downstairs and I'm going to go through them all. And from memory, I'm sure it was September. I think it was 2006. We've got 2006 here. Oh, that's September 2006. Blimey. Well, I'm going to have a look through. And if I can find the competition, with me in it. I'll show you it, boss. Yeah, oh, this is bringing back some well good memories. That's the thing, isn't it? When you go through your loft, if you've got a loft, or anywhere you store your stuff, you know, when time goes on, you think, I'll put that in the loft. And then you come back 10, or in this case, nearly 20 years later. Well, it's not nearly 20 years, is it? It's about 16 years later. And you uncover stuff which is stuffed in the corner, which has been there all that time, just sitting there. Man, I tell you what, the memories, man. The bloody memories. If you're a kid now, right? If you're a kid, or if you're young, if you're a teenager, yeah, savour them times, because you don't get your time back. I tell you that now. You do not get a minute. Every second that passes, make sure that you're not wasting any time. Don't be arguing with idiots down the road. Don't be arguing with anybody. Use your time nicely, yeah? Because, well, don't have any regrets, but, you know, make sure you've got good memories, because when you get a bit older and you look back at times gone and you think to yourself, bloody hell, that was a good time. But there are times when you think to yourself, that was a waste of time. I should never have been doing that. Wasted my life a little bit there. So, if you're a kid or you're young now, don't be spending your time arguing with idiots. Just make sure you're doing things that are worthwhile for you and your family. Yeah. And right, I'm going to get all this stuff downstairs and we'll have a little look. Well, I've spent a good hour or so going through all these magazines. There's the actual car. There's the actual car. That's not the original shell. I butchered the original shell, but there's the actual car. And if you want to see me actually go through these magazines and look at the car and talk about it a little bit and all that kind of stuff, I'll definitely forget to put the link to that video in the description of this video. So make sure that you don't look for that. But I went through it all and had a look, and it's bringing back so many bloody good memories. I don't really know why I've got two 53s. This is the beginning. Welcome to, you know, and you've got the exploded parts diagram. You see, the thing is with these magazines, they were from a time when companies actually did stuff that was fun. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but do you see companies doing, I know they were hugely expensive, and if you bought this magazine series, like thankfully my parents did for me when I was 12 years old, right, it would have cost you probably double what it would have cost if you just went out and bought this car from a shop. But it's the fun of getting a magazine each week and getting a little part and gradually building up the car. You've built it yourself and it's taken time. I think these sorts of things teach discipline for children. They teach discipline and patience. Because I remember being so excited each week. I'd come home from school and I'd say, Dad, has the postman come? And he'd say, yep, or no, it hasn't come yet, or yep, there it is on the kitchen table. There's my new magazine with my part in it. And I'd run into the bedroom, take the part out. Well, I wouldn't read the magazine because I wouldn't read the actual words in the magazine, but I'd look through the magazine at the pictures, get the part, put it together, and put it back on the shelf and wait for the next part the next week. These days, you just don't get that sort of thing. Kids are just instantly gratified. Do you know what I mean? There's no patience taught to children anymore. You don't see companies do this type of thing. It's back when companies done things that were fun, although massively overpriced. It was doing any, not just this one, but you could back then. You could get die-cast models that you get the bits each week. Not necessarily nitro ones, but you get die-cast ones. You could get ships, boats, aeroplanes. All different manner of things. Star Wars models. You get a different magazine each week with a different Star Wars model that you gradually built up. Train sets. You know. As I say, grossly overpriced because they're a magazine. If you was just to go and buy that model, it would have cost you a lot less. But I think it was just something that was fun back then. There probably is still some out there, but nowhere near as much. And you definitely, this was advertised on the telly, for goodness sake. You definitely don't get that anymore, you know. So I think companies, this should still be a thing. Do you know what I mean? You should be able to get things like this, because I guarantee that there would have been people that didn't even know that a nitro car existed. They didn't even know that you could get a little model radio controlled car with a little engine in it. Never even heard of a nitro engine or a glow engine. They see this advertised on the telly and thought, well, I'm going to give that a go. And they love it. And they learn something. Anyway, I'm out of here. I did have a look through the Dirt Bike Rider magazines briefly, and I can't seem to find the issue that I want, but I do know there's another box of Dirt Bike Rider magazines up in the loft still that I've got to get down. I saw them earlier on, so I'll get them down. And even looking through them is great memories, you know what I mean? Looking back, just great. So I'm going to be looking as well at some other old stuff. Just got some old HPI Rush, Savage 21, Savage SS, looking at some old stuff, going back in time. Like that sort of thing. Think about sticking around, because I do quite a lot of going back in time at old stuff, because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I seem to think that times were a lot better years ago in the 90s and early 2000s, you know. So I like to go back to that time if I can a lot of the time. So I just like it. But also, I repair engines, lawnmowers, camper vans, cars, all kinds of stuff quite often. So if you like that kind of thing as well, think about sticking around, and I appreciate you being here. I'll catch you later on. All the best. And if you did this magazine, put it in the comments and let me know all about it, because it's always good to just know interesting things about other people.